Okay, so I was reviewing some of my old videos from when I began uploading videos back in 2012. And one of the first videos I made was about a case in Pakistan involving the notorious blasphemy laws there. In that case, a young Christian girl had been accused of violating them. Well, I've just read a report which is about an event that happened a few days ago in the city of Gujranwala. Don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's a big city in Pakistan, and basically a violent mob went on the rampage against the Ahmadi community after rumours that one of their members had posted an offensive image on Facebook. Whether to substantiate or not, I don't know. But anyway, the rumours began, and this mob of extremists went on a rampage, and lots of people were injured and three people were killed. A grandmother and her two granddaughters. Now this, it sounds like this violence, the blasphemy thing, was a sort of pretext for attacking the community, which already faces huge discrimination in Pakistan. And for me it highlights several issues. I'll put a link to the story here. It's by Waqar Jilani and it's from the New York Times. 3 killed in a Facebook blasphemy rampage in Pakistan. I can't even begin to comprehend the mindset of these sort of people who would do this to their fellow human beings. I find it really alien, in all honesty. But I do believe that Pakistan's blasphemy laws, I'm not going to beat around the bush about this. I think they're barbaric. I think they have no place in the 21st century, and any Pakistanis who want to make excuses for them, my question to you would be, what's your starting point? If Islam is such a tolerant religion, and if Allah is so beneficent and merciful, then why does He need laws to protect Him? Why are you so frightened of opinions? I don't know what the so-called offensive image was, but if you're offended by it, challenge it, have a debate. But as far as I'm concerned, ganging up in a mob and burning people out of their homes, that's a thuggish, cowardly approach to handle things. I mean, this is a very, very, very big problem at the very heart of Pakistan, which is this extreme religious conservatism, which discriminates not only against Christians and non-Muslim groups, but also against Muslim minorities like Sufis and Ahmadis. And I don't believe the Pakistani government is doing anywhere near enough to crack down on this. It's not that any legislation protects or sort of legislates for discrimination against minorities, but it's quite obvious that the blasphemy laws are black laws which are used as an excuse to persecute minorities, because there's a disproportionate, it seems that there's a disproportionate level of whereby minorities are accused of this. This is utterly barbaric. If the Pakistani government is serious about a progressive future, then they need to find the perpetrators of this riot and punish them severely. Because 3 women have lost their lives. I suspect several others have been injured. It says, according to the report, 4 years ago at least 86 Ahmadis were killed in coordinated attacks in Lahore, when armed gunmen belonging to banned Islamist groups assaulted Ahmadi places of worship. Now, Pakistan is a country of 180 million people. Of course, Pakistanis will come on here and say, oh, you can't say all Pakistanis are like that. Well, I'm not saying all Pakistanis are like that. But there's too many Pakistanis who make excuses for the blasphemy laws. So they might say something like, oh, we condemn the violence. But in the same breath, you'll say, oh, but we support the blasphemy laws. You don't seem to realise that the blasphemy laws are actually triggering the violence. If you have a law that prevents people from having free expression, or is misused, as it clearly is, a parallel to this, although it's not based on a religious context, would be the Article 112 laws in Thailand, which are laws designed to supposedly protect the king from insults, but they're widely misused, and a lot of innocent Thais have found themselves thrown in jail for no other reason than having an opinion. This isn't a law. This is a tool of persecution. So, in my opinion, Western governments should seriously review their aid to Pakistan until these barbaric laws are abolished. I mean, it can't work both ways. We can't just be giving money to Pakistan and then they continue to have these brutal laws. And if you're a Pakistani and you're offended by this, I'm sorry. But human rights violations offend me. And the simple reality is, Pakistan has a very brutal record when it comes to persecution of minorities. It's a fact. So Pakistan needs to get its act together and start taking this problem seriously, give a lot more protection to religious minorities, and seriously review, okay, if not abolish the laws, then at least review how they are used and how they can so easily be misused. I mean, there was absolutely no evidence whatsoever that this person from the Ahmadi community posted this on Facebook. It was a pure rumour. And it just maddens me that people can be so stupid and so behave like such absolute... It really makes me uncomfortable. And the problem is, these religious minorities are really not in a position to defend themselves. So the responsibility really does lie on the Pakistani government to protect all its citizens. So I believe that there should be much more international pressure put on them to deal with these problems. A starting point, in my opinion, would be to abolish the blasphemy laws, because then there's no excuses for this sort of violent discrimination. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, because Pakistan's a deeply conservative society, but at the very least they should review how the blasphemy laws are used. It's a total disgrace. I'll put a link to the article.